So we left off season one with Sanvi, my character, going in for therapy with the major. And so we don't know how much she's going to say, but that's where we leave off with my character. With Michaela, Jared, and Zeke. Who got shot? I don't know. Well, I know. But you guys don't know. So that's, another place that we left off. Grace and Ben are expecting. We don't know who the father is. It's a lot of three ways going on in this show. um, but yeah, I would say those are the three major points where we left off. I mean, it is really exciting anytime you finish a project, but it's particularly exciting because we were airing as we were shooting, so we were kind of getting this instant feedback. And people were really very quickly invested in the series, and then within our storylines, there's the manifestors go hard for us, which is great. It's always very exciting, but I think it was particularly exciting for us just because of so many cliffhangers, and it was such a big show, and it still continues to be such a huge show, and to be part of that, it was a first for me, so it was very exciting. It's yeah, I won't ever forget, wrapping season one of this big series on so many cliffhangers. It was exciting. Yeah, I mean, Sanvi being held hostage at gunpoint season one, end of season one, was very traumatic for her. Sanvi being held at gunpoint, being held hostage season one, it was very traumatic for her, understandably. And I think, you know, coming off of a plane 5.5 years later is already very traumatic, but she was able to kind of focus her energy with her work and with Cal. And the being held hostage is what really triggered her PTSD. And it really was a catalyst for her to go to therapy. Because realistically, I mean, we all probably should have been in therapy after coming off the plane. But we all kind of went back to our lives trying to get back to normal. And so for her, having this added trauma, this added experience that was very horrendous is what made her want to go into therapy for sure. And, we really are going to see Sanvi experience a great amount of pain, a great amount of guilt. She's going to say too much to the wrong person, and I think that's really going to wear down on her, and things are going to get really bad for her, and then they're going to get better, but then they're going to get really bad again. And so she's definitely on a huge roller coaster this season, which is very exciting for me as an actor. Playing a character where they are seeking help but unknowingly realizing that they are actually causing a lot of damage and problems and putting people's lives at risk is very layered and complicated, and obviously she doesn't know. But the therapy scenes that I shot with Elizabeth Marvel, who plays the major, were my favorite scenes this season. Because you're right, Sanvi is very much a problem solver, but it's very nice to see another side of her, which is, the layers are pulled back, the mask is kind of pulled back. She's able to be vulnerable, she's able to express herself, she's able to share her fears with someone, which I think is, I mean, we all should be doing that within our lives if we're lucky enough and privileged enough to be able to go do that. But then to find out that she's saying it to someone that she shouldn't be saying these things to, and then also dealing with trust. I mean, you go in to these therapy sessions hoping that there is complete and utter trust between this person, and that betrayal is very hard for Sanvi. But as an actor, it was so fun. But right now, I definitely just appreciate that they are working side by side as partners. I think that's very interesting to see on TV, actually. Just two people being able to work towards a common goal, that understand each other and care about each other, and more importantly, respect one another. And there doesn't always need to be some sort of sexual tension. It could just be two people that are really just trying to save themselves and save each other. I do appreciate that. But I mean, we also see Sanvi with her lover this season, right? So we don't know, like, is she gonna go with and, you know, try to rekindle with her old flame? Is she leaving things open with Ben? Like, I don't know, but I appreciate where her and Ben are right now at the moment. Finding out that we have a death date or expiration date is terrifying. What that means, I don't know. I'm not a real scientist, but in the show, um, gosh, like what a race, what a race for your life if you know when you're gonna pass away and you have an opportunity to maybe try to solve that. Like, what a mind game that would be and is really for all the characters. Yeah, it's so crazy because I'm shooting episode I just finished shooting episode 9. So the season where we picked off feels so long ago that I'm trying to remember. I mean, yeah, we do pick up right where we left off. We find out very quickly who was shot within Michaela, Jared, and Zeke, which is huge. We're going to quickly find out who the father of Grace's baby is. And we're quickly going to jump into Sanvi and her therapist sessions. And, you know, not too long after that, before she finds out that the therapist is the major. But it's incredibly exciting. It was nice coming back to work, coming back to New York, but also just picking up like it was same clothing, everything. Like we picked up that day or the next day. Yeah, it was very exciting. I mean, the fans are going to get a lot of answers early on for a lot of these cliffhangers, which I think is great. I mean, I think people want to know, and they've waited so long, so it's I think it was smart for them to reveal a lot of the stuff that they're going to reveal. We got to keep people interested. We got to keep, you know, the fan theories up. That's a goal. We got to keep people talking about it and theorizing and trying to figure out, you know, I mean, it's a complicated situation. There would not be just one answer to this whole thing. That's just not even possible. You have so many people's lives that have been affected by it. You have so many different layers. It's not just about the plane, it's the death date, it's the callings, it's like there's going to be a lot of answers and questions and more questions and hopefully some more answers. But yeah. It's the best part of the show, I think. But the new element this year is we meet her lover who. Yeah, well, what we're going to really realize about Sanvi season 2, which we already kind of got a glimpse of season was 1, was she is a workaholic, she is very driven, she's a hustler. Season 2, she starts really pushing herself to dangerous lengths to figure out what is going on with them, which is very scary for her. And it's incredible watching someone who is so determined really put themselves in like at these really horrendous situations just to find an answer, which really adds this pressure and weight for her because there's a death date. There's like a ticking time bomb almost, you know. So for her, we're gonna see a lot of layers this season. We're gonna see her, you know, getting closer, hoping that she's getting closer to answers, putting herself in really bad situations to try to figure things out. We're also going to meet her lover, her partner, 8B. That's going to add a whole other layer of emotions for her. You know, I know the fans are really used to seeing Sanvi in very much of a logical, problem-solving kind of state of mind. And I think it's going to be really nice for fans to also see her emotional side as well, because we didn't really see too much of that season 1 because of who she is. Like, she just was, I'm going to get to work, you know, and I'm really excited for fans to see that and to see another aspect of her life. I think that's going to be, I mean, I hope people respond well to it. Yeah, I mean, what the fans can expect for season 2 certainly is everything that they loved about season 1, but this season is a lot darker. Yeah, I mean, coming back season 2 has been incredible. As an actor, I do feel, you know, a little bit of pressure because you want to do well. It was such a rocket ship, and I think that's fantastic. And you want to just hold on to that momentum. And as a performer, I just wanted to really bring Sanvi to life in a way that people really relate to her. And I put in a lot of work with Sanvi this year, and she was given such great material, and just wanting to make a good show for the fans because they deserve it, and they were so supportive season one, and we have such a good team of writers and people, everyone that's involved in the show. I really hope that we can recreate the magic that we did create in season one. But all in all, I'm very excited. I have faith.